وَنَفَخْتُ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِي. And then on top of that, I will blow into him from my own ruh, meaning the ruh that Allah especially designed for this human being, this special spiritual connection, this special thing that will connect him, this human being, and Allah together in a unique way. In this unique, powerful way. That's what's going to be inside him. So this ruh is inside him, unlike other animals and other species. There's a special kind of thing, a special kind of light inside this human being. So he's made up of these three things. He's made up of dirt, and he's made up of this balance, and he's made up of this ruh. Three components Allah described in this ayah, and He let the angels know these are the three parts that will make this human being amazing. And when these three things come together, then فَقَعُوا لَهُ سَاجِدِينَ, then fall into sajda. So when you study sajda in the Quran, you learn something. If you just scan the entire Quran and look at where Allah talks about sajda. Allah talks about sajda when something incredible happens. Allah talks about sajda when a miracle happens. When the sorcerers, the magicians, saw the staff of Musa turn into a snake, a giant snake, and eat whatever ma ya'fikun, whatever they had made up, they couldn't help themselves. They fell into sajda. When Christian people came to visit Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they heard the Quran, تَرَى أَعْيُنَهُمْ تَفِيضُ مِنَ الدَّمْعِ, you're going to see their eyes start rolling with tears. يَخِرُّونَ لِلْأَذْقَانِ سُجَّدًا, they fall on their faces in sajda because they're so overwhelmed by the miracle of the Quran. There's even an incident in the seerah of the Prophet ﷺ where when the ayah, the kuffar were listening. The kuffar, they don't even believe in the Quran. They were listening. فَأَنذَرْتُكُمْ صَاعِقَةً مثل صاعقة عاد وثمود. When the ayah came, I warn you of a thunderbolt like the one that came to Ad and Thamud. They fell into sajda. They couldn't even help themselves. They fell into sajda. The Quran is describing over and over again when something overwhelming happens, something incredible happens that Allah does, that only Allah could do, that a human being feels so powerful, it's like their knees buckle and their pride disappears, and this thing that carries our pride falls on the face. In every culture, historically, this is the place of pride. This is why the king wears the crown here, not on the wrist. Nowadays, the status symbol is an expensive watch or so that's on the wrist, right? But historically, what is the show of pride in every culture is what goes on the head, right? The turban goes on the head. The crown goes on the head, you know? This is the show of where you stand. There are countries in the world today where they have certain kinds of headgear. Only the locals can wear that. If you wear that, you get in trouble. You can wear a different color. You can't wear, that's their color. That's the elite class, you know? This is our pride. This is our sense of position in society. And you know what? All of that disappears when you recognize the power of Allah. You're overwhelmed by that, you just fall into sajda. That's what the Quran describes over and over again. And Allah is making a claim here to all of the angels. And the angels, it's important to note, the angels don't just see the seen. The angels are creatures of the unseen. So what is invisible to us, like the arsh of Allah, what is invisible to us like the jinn, what is invisible to us like the secrets of the skies. Many of them, the angels, they travel through the skies. So we can be amazed by a mountain or an ocean or a waterfall, the seen world. That amazes us. When somebody studies the universe and looks through an electron microscope, they can be amazed by the vastness of the seen universe. Can you imagine? Add to the seen universe those that have seen the unseen also. How much more amazed by what Allah does are they? And then on top of that, they get to communicate directly with Allah. Allah talks directly to the angels. They're not like us. They have direct back and forth communication with Allah. And Allah is telling them that this creature is so incredible. Of all the vast universe that He created, of all the things that He put in this remarkable seen and unseen kawn, He says this one thing is so powerful that every last one of you should be overwhelmed at what Allah has done when He created Adam. That you should fall into sajda. You should just be like in awe of this incredible miracle of Allah that deserves that all of the angels of Allah, فَسَجَدَ الْمَلَائِكَ كُلُّهُمْ أَجْمَعُونَ, all of them, all together fell into sajda. The thing is, when the staff of Musa alayhi salam incident happened, a few magicians fell into sajda. When a few people heard the Quran, a few, the disbelievers fell into sajda, or some Christians fell into sajda. You find some fall into sajda. And you find in this one incident, Every angel that Allah ever created is commanded to fall into sajda. How big of a miracle, how big of a deal is the creation of Adam alayhi salam? How powerful is this creation? When you contemplate that, and again, Adam has not been created yet. This is just the announcement. Why should you be so amazed? What deserves this sajda? What warrants it? Why should they fall on their faces? Well, it's because of these three things. إِنِّي خَالِقٌ بَشَرًا مِّن طِينٍ فَإِذَا سَوَّيْتُهُ وَنَفَخْتُ فِيهِ مِّن رُوحِي. Then, الفاء السببية. Therefore, or thereafter, fall into sajda. The fa could be sababiyah too. Thus you will fall into sajda before Him. So now, this announcement is made. And Iblis, we know, heard this announcement also. And if Iblis heard this announcement, he also knows that Adam is made up of three things. I keep saying three things so it sticks in your head. Three things, three things, three things. But we know that when, Allah tells us that when he refused to do sajda, he turns to Allah. He doesn't say, خَلَقْتَنِي مِن نَارٍ وَخَلَقْتَهُ مِن طِينٍ وَسَوَّيْتَهُ وَنَفَخْتَ فِيهِ مِن رُوحِكَ. He doesn't say that. He says, you made me from fire, you made him from dirt. That's just one of those three things, isn't it? There's two more things. And he knows about those two other things. He knows about the taswiyah, the balance of the human being. He also knows about the ruh that is inside the human being. But when he complains to Allah that you made him from dirt, he pretends that he doesn't know about those other two things. But he does. He fully knows. This is a really important thing that I want to highlight in these brief moments in this khutbah. There's hundreds of lessons in the story of Adam alayhi salam, but I hope I can do some justice to this one lesson that I want you to take today. And that is that when he denies these other two things, he knows that if he acknowledges those two things, then he has to acknowledge how incredible the human being actually is. But if he only acknowledges the dirt, if he only acknowledges the mud, then what's the difference between Adam and a horse? What's the difference between Adam and a cow and a monkey? They eat, he eats. They get shelter, they get shelter. They have kids, he has kids. He's just an evolved animal. That's all. Okay, so he can stand on his 2 feet. Big deal. What's the big deal? He's just an evolved species. There's nothing more to him. There's nothing more to him. So he deliberately denies two components of our existence out of the three. Two of them, he denies them, and if he accepts them, then he has to accept the supremacy of what Allah has made, the remarkable thing Allah has made. Now, he hates humanity. He blames Allah for giving us this position, for